while back, when I first got this 2038, which 3.5 months now, I was asked by a few people actually to do a comparison video of the 2038 compared to my thoughts on my 2025, which you guys follow my channel, you know I really liked that 2025. I honestly did. I used to be one of them guys, and somebody called me out on it the other day on a Facebook group, because I used to be one of those guys that said, you know, what do you need a 32 or a 38R for? I can do everything you can do. Some things might take me a little bit longer, but I can do it all with the 2025. The PTO horsepower, but you know, that's not really a fair comparison. You know, 12 PTO horsepower that's a big jump. I haven't brush hogged with this yet, but I already know that's going to be better. This 3-point hitch will actually get my tail wheel off the ground without cranking in the top link. But we've finished up with our tillage. We have our potatoes planted. We have the corn planted today. I'll probably include a couple little shots of the Ford 5000 that we have running the planter. I can't plant with this with our planter because our planter is a very old IH 260 and it's 36-inch row space, and that means I'd be planting right in the tire tracks with this tractor. So we our old tractors, they still get used for various things, even though we do as much of the tillage as we can with the smaller tractor. So overall, the seating position on the 38, you know, on the 25R, and anybody with a 1 Series or a 2025 knows what I'm talking about. It's kind of got that lean back to the seat. It was actually so bad on my 1023 back when I had that I actually took the bolts out on the back of the slide rail and put washers underneath to try and move it forward. You know, this seat, it's there, you know, it's your back, you sit in the seat, you know, the small of your back is right there supported. That step on this one, I think I mentioned it once before. The step on the 2025 was actually better. It was like that big around, you know, non-slip type of material. You know, this step here, you got to be a little cautious, especially if it's wet. You step on that with the heel of your boot and you might be sitting down on a brake pedal. Really like the layout of the operator station. I like the fact that everything is right here, you know, on the 25 you're kind of reaching back to get to that rock shaft lever. So overall, like I said, honestly, I haven't done anything with this that I didn't do with my 2025. This just does it easier. I'm more comfortable, the operator, and you know, the front end loader lifts higher, so like you saw when I was cleaning the barnyard, you know, I was able to stack that horse poop pretty high. So you know, overall, I would definitely not try and deter anybody from buying a 2025. For most people, I mean, it's got to be a good seller, right? You can't, there's hardly any dealership you go to, they're 3-4 month 6-month wait list for them things, so they got to be good. And I know they are because I had one and I put 400 hours on it, or 391. It's a darn good little tractor, and I liked it an awful lot. I like this one better. I like this one better. I spend a lot of time on the seat, so the comfort of the operator's station, to me, is almost enough. Between that and the front end loader, honestly, that's enough for me to say I like this one better. I did put the hydraulic top link on this tractor. I was gonna put it on the 2025. That was the reason I had the rear SCV put on that. But then everything kind of happened, you know, all at once right there, and I ended up trading. But overall though, there are things, let me grab the camera. There are things, just little quirky things the 25 had. You know, I mean, the gear selector on this one, it just falls right in and out of gear like it's supposed to. You know, the manual four-wheel drive, I hear a lot of guys actually complain about that. I don't see anything wrong with the position where that's at. You know, I mean, it's maybe that's by design. Maybe it's not supposed to be such a convenient thing to flip in and out. The key location on this, and if you go into Green Tractor Talk or any 2 Series group on Facebook, all you talk about is bent keys, broken keys. I haven't yet bent or broken. Probably because I read so much about that I have made myself somewhat aware of it. The 3-point lift height is it's ridiculous, honestly. The difference between this tractor and my 2025, you know, this, I can actually get implements up off the ground nicely. Obviously this one uses more fuel, that's for sure. But if you were to look around, I've yet to take this front end loader off, by the way, but I never had an issue taking the front end loader off of my 1023 or my 2025. But you know, here everything's right here. Now obviously you guys know I opted for no mower deck on this. I think I'm at 64. Where are we? Can you guys see that? 64.3. So I mean, we have used it. I mean, it's definitely not been something that I just bought, and I mean, we've been putting it to good use. Spring, like I said, spring tillage and planting are done now, and that's too bad, really, because those bad boys right there, I don't know what it is about disking. Disking it's just one of my favorite things. It's just almost peaceful. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I love disking. However, we are getting into, we're close. We're probably a few weeks away from when I'll start brush hogging, and brush hogging, well, that's another one of them things. It's just a strangely satisfying, peaceful thing for some reason. I just find a lot of, I'm on my own, I'm out in the field, it's just me and nature. And all right, so more things about this that are different than the 2025. The split brakes. And again, I also was one of those guys that used to say that was an unnecessary feature on these little tractors. But I've grown very accustomed to using them, especially in the barnyard, cleaning up where it's a little tight and it gets a little sloppy. So those I've really learned to, I've grown accustomed to those. I'd hate to go back now to something that didn't have split brakes. Park and brake right here. And again, as I said, maybe just because it's a more natural feel, I have also become very not dependent, that's a bad choice of word. I have become very accustomed to the auto throttle. And again, like I said, if that had not been a mechanical feature on the 2025, I would have loved it on that one. I like the fact on this one that I can turn it off. You know, like when I'm transporting up and down the road, I actually turn that off and then just set the cruise and adjust my RPMs. You know, I stomp the forward pedal all the way down and then adjust my throttle to whatever speed I want to run. So serviceability, I haven't done anything other than grease this tractor a few times. I have been underneath it a few times already, enough times to look and see. I see all the filters. Serviceability on this looks like it would be a lot simpler too. They took away, like this one doesn't have that suction screen that my 1 Series and the 25 had. Overall, she's a beauty. So I do like this little glove box thing. There's the outlet, and I got a 3-socket USB charger. Yeah, and a can of Grizzly. I don't know where that came from. I'll have to talk to my wife. I don't know what she's doing here. I'm joking, by the way. So it's just some of my thoughts. I'm really enjoying this trade, this upgrade to this, even though I know at one time I used to say this wouldn't really be a substantial upgrade. It truly is. These tractors, the 25R and the 38R, are truly not in the same class of tractor. They're not. But again, I'm not putting down the 25. You guys know as much as I do how much I actually enjoyed that tractor. But it's more tractor. It's a lot more tractor. It's a lot more than I ever thought it would be. That is for sure. I honestly wasn't expecting that much more out of this than I got out of my 25. And you know, so far this tractor is just the front end loader, the 3-point hitch, the operator station, just all the way around. It's just, you know, definitely a step up from the 25. So again, I just want to reiterate that I'm not putting the 25R down. You guys know I love that little tractor. I did, and I worked it awful hard. It's just, there's no other way to put it. This is simply a lot more tractor, and it's just more. It's just more tractor. That's really the only way to put it. Let me show you guys something. Remember how I used to pick on my 2025 or on John Deere about that little toolbox. This tractor didn't even come with one. Look at that. No toolbox, and quite honestly, no place really logical to put one. So I did this. Oh yeah, man, my wife got me a cowbell, but I did that, and you know, I spaced those pieces of 1/2-inch black iron so I can open it all the way, and I actually like that toolbox right there. That's actually a very handy spot. The holes were already in the upright. Where else can I go with this? Like I say, overall, you know, I think it all comes down to the end user and his needs and his application. But for me, I'm happy. I like the 2038. So I'm happy. My wife's happy. She actually likes this tractor better too. She never really said much one way or the other with the 2025, but she seems to be kind of fond of this one. So that's all I've got. This is my quick little comparison video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll keep the videos coming.